16 crucified saviors before Christ. That's what they say. But when you check the facts, none of the 16 was actually crucified. Recently, some comments on my Arabic YouTube channel have been pinpointing this information and false accusations that has been spreading over social media, especially in the Arab world, by non-Christians who are trying to attack Christians in the Arab world by claiming that the crucifixion of Christ was not a real story but was based on previous mythology. And this information proved to be false. Well, it happened when I saw a post on one of the Arabic groups claiming that 16 people have been crucified before Christ to save the world. And when I was checking those names, some of them were familiar to me. So I did my homework. I went, for example, to my Encyclopedia of Mythology. And after checking one name only, Krishna, I found that Krishna didn't die by crucifixion, but he was hit by an arrow. So my investigation started, and this is what I actually discovered. First, the book, or this information, this false information, is based on a book called The World's 16 Crucified Saviors, or Christianity Before Christ, by Kelsey Graves. This is not something new. This was written in 1875. And sadly, the non-Christian Arabs, always behind in history, just recently discovered it, and they are searching for any way to accuse Christians of anything, even if it is false accusations, even if it is through spreading fake news and lies. And they are doing it all the time. After checking the facts, I found that even secular writers, atheists, did not agree on the methodology used by the writer Kelsey Graves. Listen to what one of the critics say about Graves. He says, Graves often does not distinguish his opinion and theories from what his sources and evidence actually state. Graves often omits important sources and evidence. Graves often mistreats in a biased or anachronistic way the sources he does use, etc. And just the atheists disregarded the writings of Graves because it doesn't have any historical reliability or historical or scientific support. His claims are not supported, actually to the contrary. When you investigate the names he mentioned, when you investigate the incidents he uses as an evidence, you will discover that what he is saying actually is false, fake news, and flat lies. Now, the 16 saviors that he claimed have been crucified actually ended up, none of them, not one, was actually crucified. Let me state some names out of the 16, but you can continue the search and you can check each and every one of them with the proper scientific study and research. Adonis dies when he is gored by a bull on a hunting trip. Attis, in a moment of madness, Attis commits suicide by emasculating himself. Baal, the text is unclear how Baal died, but it appears Baal is slain in a personal battle with Mot, the Canaanite god of death. Bacchus is the Roman equivalent of Dionysus, whose body is almost completely devoured by the Titans, who leave only his heart. Balder, in the Norse myths, Balder is invincible to all known objects except for mistletoe. One of the gods' pastimes is throwing objects at Balder, who cannot be harmed. Loki crafts a magical spear from this plant and tricks the god Hodor into throwing it at Balder killing him, etc., etc., etc. Krishna, as I mentioned earlier, actually did not die by crucifixion. Krishna is mortally wounded when a hunter accidentally shoots him in the heel with an arrow. Mithras doesn't die in the Persian myths. Osiris is killed when his brother Seth drowns him in the Nile. Seth later recovers the body and dismembers it. Tammuz, originally called Dumuzi by the Sumerians, Tammuz is taken to the underworld when his lover Inanna is given a deal where she can be released if she finds a substitute. Thor dies in Ragnarok, the final battle that will end the world, when he is bitten by a giant serpent. Zoroaster, according to one ancient source, Zoroaster was murdered while at an altar. All these names claim to be crucified before Christ, when actually none of them has been crucified. You know, when you see such attacks on Christianity by spreading fake news and flat lies, remember these lies were spread in 1875 when people had less access to information. Some people are deceived by this. But the worst thing is that even in our days, people don't fact check things. They just believe and take things because it fits with their narrative, or because it fits with their agenda, or because it supports something that they want to do. For example, many people who are on the edge of leaving faith, or on the edge of becoming atheists or skeptics, they hang on to such false and fake information being spread on social media and online, and absorb it without even checking the facts and its reality or its genuineness. And that's sad. In an age where you can have access to actual and real information, many people still hang on to fake and flat lies, especially when attacking Christianity. Especially, when you hear such myths like the Trinity was created in the Council of Nicaea. Jesus wasn't believed to be God, but Constantine the emperor forced that. These are all false and fake information. Anybody with basic historical knowledge, anybody who reads a book, can know that these claims are false and they are full of lies. But the sad thing is that people still believe them. The sad thing is that ignorant people take Facebook posts or social media posts or X posts, and they just share it without even checking the information, or just believe it take it on face value without even checking if it's true or false, when much of what's being said against Christianity is just false. It's very important and very serious if you base your life decisions on false and wrong information. Check the facts. Read for yourself. Evaluate what you hear and what you believe. Jesus encouraged that. The book of Acts encourages that people search and not just take things at face value and believe everything said to them. It is our role to check things before accepting such claims. Christianity has proven its strength when it went under attack for hundreds of years. Atheists, agnostics, and other people have been attacking Christian beliefs. We, people who live in the Arab world and in the Islamic world, are under attack every day. Every thought, every idea, every word we say is being attacked. And we have proven that our faith is solid and strong. And we can rely on a strong faith which is based on the historical Christian tradition, based upon the Word of God, the Bible. And we stand strong in our faith in Jesus Christ and in the basic tenets of Christianity. Jesus Christ is Lord.